Greetings and welcome to our CK3 new series. So, just a little preamble here. So apologies that this has been out a little later than I would like, but I do like to keep a week or two after I finish a series done, and then I just finished two series, so there's that. Also, there was a poll going on for the second series, so if you guys want to vote for that, you can. Unfortunately, I did promise this series, so that's why we're doing this one, but... So I did just find out that the newest expansion, Under Heaven, is going to be out this month. So I don't know if I want to start another new series because I want to, explore that one. So we'll see how that goes. So if you guys want to vote for that, we'll vote for that, because we'll probably do a little showcase for Under Heaven and see if we do a series for that. And if not, then we'll just wait until the mods, get updated or whatnot for it to do. I think right now it's tied with Godherja and Bronze Age, hence why I haven't decided which one to do. But I did promise to do this series, so all in all, let's just continue on. So as a preamble for this series, this is based off a request, like I said before, that also has the Ancient Birthrights submod and Legacy of Valyria submod, so we're basically going to be in Valyria. So, like that said, I have a whole idea here. So we're gonna do After the Doom. So, here we are in the world. This is the 17th of 6th moon of the first AD. So 1 year after the Doom. And we are going to be right over here in Oros. So, we're going to recreate... Well, not recreate. We're going to create our character, and we're going to see if we can maybe revive the Valyrian Empire and whatnot. Create our own ruler. Hi, Valyrian. Hi, Valyrian. And we're just going to go through this. Now, supposedly... Let me just see here. All right, yep. Doesn't really matter on stuff like this. And because I have an idea... Especially since it was one that was requested, and I think I can actually make this work. Alright. So, House Customizer, Valyrian Steel Customizer, we're definitely going to have that, since we are straight up a year after being, after the Doom. Heterochromia, because I just like heterochromia. Now, supposedly this also adds... Green Sight, Dragon Dreams. We did have Dragon Dreams on Paladin, if I recall. It didn't actually do anything, but it's interesting. Slaver, Family Hierarch. Just want to see, because I think the Ancient Birthright is supposed to add some traits, but I could be wrong. Holy Monarch, Sentinel, Controversial, Born Amongst the Flames, Blood Mage. Masters of Forbidden Magic, Visage of Dawn's Beauty. There, yeah, these are the ones. So Hint of Valyrian Beauty, Touch of Valyrian Beauty. God damn, it adds a lot of diplomacy. Visage of Dawn's Beauty. The hypnotic grace exudes a divine aura that demands attention from all who gaze upon them. I want to know more about the Blood Mage. How do we even get this? I bet this is something we could go for. But here, let me recreate our character, and I'll show you. We're obviously going to be, doing this. Yeah, I'll just create our character, and you guys will see him once we're done. All right, there we go. Would you look at that? Here is our character. Yes, he is a child. So, basically, the story is the Doom happened, right? That hasn't changed. The Doom happened 1 year ago, and that is exactly when we were born. We are Lord and Calagon Draconid. So, there we go. I will need to make up a new motto for us, but there's House Draconid. We got some wings there, a dragon face. I actually rather like it. And as you can see, we are overpowered. Now, that makes sense because the story goes, we were born during the Doom, right? Like straight up during the Doom, hence why we're slightly cursed. We're the only living members of our house. Our family all died. And we're slightly cursed because, as you can see, we have black hair. Unlike, you know, the Valyrian all like had the white and everything. We do have the slight, you know, thing here. I did choose like Gold Star's hair or something like that. But as such, we were cursed, but also sent as a sign, right? Basically, I'm gonna see if we're the Messiah of Valyria. So here we go. We have Born Amongst the Flames. Kind of just makes sense. We're born during the Doom, so I thought that would just be good. A Dragon Rider. We're not gonna have a dragon just yet. I am gonna make it so we just have a dragon egg. We are a member of, you know, high nobility, as it were. Hence why this also marks there, marking them as high nobility. Hence why we also have pure-blooded. We were a member of the Dragon Lords. We weren't one of the high members, like. But I think it makes sense if we stuck with at least a dragon egg and a Valyrian steel sword, like the Targaryens. Were like among the lowest of the Dragon Lords. They weren't even high, and they had 2 swords and how many dragons when they fled over there? Vermithrax, King and Ogoros. Yeah, see, they got like, there's Balerion, Nessarion, Arcone. So yeah, see, they have a bunch of dragons, and I figured we should at least have that. But we're stuck here, so all of our dragons died. We still have an egg. We survived somehow. And so yeah, we have Visage of Dawn's Beauty, because like I said, we're gonna be overpowered, so we have this. And Caligon's hypnotic grace exudes a divine aura that demands attention. We're a genius, we're Herculean, we're pure-blooded. So all that, and Heterochromia and Valyrian steel. So that's what we got. I did take a look at the different religions. This one I think is just the best one that we could actually go for. Try to go become a blood mage as well. Dragon Slayer is a sin. Though we'll be able to get for that, but who knows. Legacy of the Sorcerer Kingdom. So may debate. Adherents can execute prisoners to improve artifacts. Adherents can reforge Valyrian steel artifacts. Blah, blah, blah. Blood of the Dragon. Less likely to die in childbirth or sickly or stillborn. We'll just chalk that up. That's how we survived. Technically, this is because of a religion by Orion. I wonder if he actually exists. Oh, wait, no. Actually, let's take a look and see if he does exist. Dragon. All. So, Viserion. Orion Varezes. Yeah, there we go. So, if anyone knows what Emperor Orion's story is about, he tried to, after the Doom, take back everything about Valyria, and then he disappeared. So, he failed. Oh, Alduin's here. Did not even know Alduin was going to be in here. But that'll be interesting. But yeah. So, we'll see. Technically, the religion is based off of that, but we'll just say that, you know, whatever. Valyrians are naturally superior to all other races. Blood of the Dragon. Imperial of Divinity. Dragon's Law. And Warriors of Valyria. I don't even know what this one. Valyrians are a warrior race. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. Valyrian Pantheon. One True Faith. Holy Sites. Old Volantis. Dragonstone. Fields of Bone. Free City of Volantis. We don't have any of them because obviously all of them are basically almost ruins besides Volantis and Dragonstone. So we'll have to maybe go for that, depending on how we turn out. Because, as you can see, we're a child. So who knows how we're going to turn out. Hopefully it will be good. But with that said, this episode is just going to be a quick creation of our character and just a quick overview of what we're going to be. Like I said, hopefully the story will be pretty quick. I doubt it, but at least when I just have one series that I have to, you know, revert to different versions when the new expansion comes out, it won't be as annoying. And who knows, maybe it'll be updated. I don't know. There is some slight bugs right now because Legacy of Valyria is like
one version behind. It's like 1.17.01. I think we're on like 0.02 or something. So as far as I know, that just means we don't see Valyrian steel swords, or like soldiers are darkened or something. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And so here we are. Like I said, House Draconid. If you guys have any curious, none so curious, any suggestions for a house motto, let me know. Whether or not I, take it, we'll see. But I might think of something as well. And our naming scheme is, as you can see here, we're going to be named after dragons in literature, mythology, stuff like that. So luckily there's a whole slew of names to pick. Like I got it pulled up. I got like Lord of the Ring dragons, I got D&D dragons, mythological dragons, other literature dragons. But I figured Caligon would be a good one to start with. And with that said, let's just continue on. Alright, start with this. Heterochromia eye customizer. Yes, because I like having heterochromia. Level 4. I wish we could see, but we can't technically. Gold. You know what? Let's do gold. Not that we can actually see it, but maybe when we're an adult. Alright, we got Heterochromia, Blade of Legend. I wish I knew what the swords actually looked like. Dragon Bane, Iron Price, Unkindness. So I'm not sure which one it is. I'm gonna see if I can find like images in the Discord, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so I was taking a look, see if I could find some images for the swords here, and based off what I can find, just off Google images, people posting them, since apparently I can't find any in the Discord, I'm thinking will be... See, here's the issue. I have a good name. I'm going to rename it, obviously. Now, Dark Moon is pretty cool, but it's not my speed, Not that we'll actually really be able to see it. I'm thinking either Glory or Stranger's Touch or Stormy Night. Stormy Night is the most practical, but I don't know if we would... Like, it's for war, right? Straight up, just like I've been reading the descriptions of them. Straight up for war, no ostentation stuff, and like, I don't think it would really be a Valyrian kind of sword like that, Glory, I like, except for the whole Rawler stuff there. It says there about the hilt. Dark Moon is... and Talon, I think, are just, eh. Mother's Grief has the whole mother with the 7. And then we have Stranger's Touch, which is just a big old executioner sword. We saw that in the last Game of Thrones series we did with Paladin, just as a showcase. And Dragonbane, probably actually the best bet. Like I said, I don't think we'll be able to see it because of mod stuff. Speaking of which, there is another mod I just found while looking at the Discord that I might add in. I'll probably add in. Hopefully it's not going to, mess with things, so we'll see. But Unkindness would actually... You know what? Let's do Unkindness. We're going to name it Rapture. There we go. Let's just see if it says anything. A sharp and swift blade. This sword is adorned with the blackened figure of a raven skull. Alright, we can just lie and say it's a dragon skull. And the custom strong seed. Oh, I totally forgot what strong seed stuff is all about. Eyes. Purple. I think it's Midnight Eyes.
Sea glass, sea foam, emerald, gray, gold. Hopefully this doesn't get rid of our heterochromia. No strong suit when it comes to eyes. Yeah. Also, it did give us the nickname Goldeneye. It did this for Paladin as well. I have a nickname that I'm going to give us next time, so. And then hair. You know what? We're Valyrian. Tall. Small tall. Yeah, small tall. Yeah. Other than that, alright. My dragon is... I only have an egg, so let's... Slate, black, brown, cream, ivory, silver, rainbow, magenta, purple, violet. God damn. Ice and fire. Wildfire, emerald, serpentine, sunburst, magma, carmine, obsidian. We had a bloodstone before. Let's do obsidian since it's volcanic and the doom and everything. You lost the Dragon Rider trait, yes, because we have an obsidian egg. And then birthplace. This is new. You can set your birthplace by right-clicking on any land character portrait by selecting birthplace. Alright, I'll do that. Set birthplace of Oros. Okay, I don't entirely know what that does. Unless I could have set it for some ruins, I suppose, but something for us to do. Alright. Now, I'm gonna start cradling it since we're one. Hopefully it'll hatch. But with that said, this is our first little episode and foray into the series. Short, I know, but like I said, this is just to create the scenario. So I've already stated the scenario. I'm not entirely sure of our goals except to, you know, maybe recreate Valyria. We'll see. Become a mage. I don't know how we become a mage. There is that other proclaim a new age of fire, but probably that. Search for a Meister. Expedition, hire master, reforge Valyrian steel. Okay. Fully control Valyria. You have the trait Dragon Rider and Ambitious. Something for us to go for then. And with that, I think we'll end it here. I'm going to add that other submod for the next episode, and hopefully it won't. Hopefully it's compatible. We'll see. It's called AGOT Secrets of the Higher Mysteries. So hopefully that'll be fine. But other than that, we just have ruins and wilderness all around. What does wilderness do again? I always forget. Alright, we need gold to colonize the wilderness. And then we need gold to restore ruins. So we need money. Money is going to be the thing we need the most. So I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna do this. It's gonna be kind of actually difficult now I think about it. Ooh. If you guys have any suggestions on how we should do and what we should do, let me know. And with that, I'll leave you guys to it. Leave a like if you like, leave a dislike if you dislike, but tell me why, and I shall see you all later.